Good morning, Mayor Robinson. We are good to go.
Well, thank you very much. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the West Grey Public Meeting for May 16th, 2022. On item number 1, I'm calling this meeting to order. We have all members of council present, with exception to Councillor Shea, who identified regrets. And I'm not seeing a login yet from Councillor Herger, but when that occurs, we will identify it. We'll identify it. On item number 2, Clerk Scharbeck, could you please identify the purpose for today's meeting?
Thank you. Through you, Mayor Robinson. The purpose of this public meeting is to review applications for proposed amendments to the West Grey zoning bylaw number 37-2006, and to allow interested members of the public the opportunity to ask questions or offer comments with regard to the application. Council will not make a decision on the application at this meeting. Based on the recommendations and information received at this public meeting, an amending bylaw may be presented for approval at a regular council meeting. A public registry is available by email at sferguson@westgrey.com, and if any member of the public would like to be notified in writing of the decision on an application, they are to provide their name and mailing address for the registry. This will also allow notice of a local planning appeal tribunal if the decision of an application is appealed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I do want to apologize for my scratchy throat. I have not had my full cup of coffee this morning, so I intend to have it during this meeting. At this time, Corporate and Community Initiatives Officer Hewlett, could you please explain the features of today's meeting?
Absolutely. If at any point you get disconnected, you can dial 1-647-558-0588 and enter the meeting ID for this meeting, which is 814-3359-2240. It should be noted that both members of council and staff have been briefed on the various features of the Zoom meeting software and will be raising their hands physically on camera to speak. For members of the public, if you require any technical assistance throughout the duration of the meeting, you can send a chat message to myself, Cody Hewlett, and I will attempt to assist you. It should be noted that this meeting is being held across 2 locations, both on the Zoom online meeting platform as well as being live streamed on YouTube. Public participation, if any, must be done through the Zoom meeting platform and cannot be done through YouTube at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are on item number 3, which is declaration of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. At this time, I'm asking members of council if there is anything to declare. Seeing none. Item number 4, ZA 09.2022 -313327 Highway 6. 4.1, application for zoning amendment. Jennifer and Craig Matta. 4.2, Planner L. Spencer report, which is ZA 09.22. Clerk Scharbeck, to the recommendation, please.
Through you, Mayor, the recommendation is that council hereby receives the report ZA 09-2022 Matta, Jennifer and Craig, and LeBlanc, Pauline and Brian, and that council directs that a zoning bylaw amendment be brought forward for consideration at a future council meeting.
I'll look for a mover and seconder. We will receive the planner's report, any questions from members of council, and then a vote will be called. Is there a mover for this motion? Deputy Mayor. Is there a seconder? Councillor Townsend. Good morning, Planner Spencer. We look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, and through you, Madam Mayor. The applicant has applied to change the zoning on the subject lands, to remove the industrial zoning on a portion of the subject lands and revert zoning to the restricted rural A3 zone. In addition, the applicant has requested permission for the placement of a second detached dwelling unit on the subject lands within an accessory building. The purpose of the application is to change the zone symbols on the subject lands from A3 restricted rural, M199 industrial with exception, and any natural environment to A3 restricted rural, M199 industrial with exception, any natural environment, and A3 with exception 460 restricted rural with exception. Exception 99 added the permission to the use of the lands for a transport terminal, and exception 460 will permit an accessory structure in the front yard in a second residential unit within the accessory structure, the effect of which will remove the industrial zone from a portion of the lands and revert the lands to the A3 restricted rural zone in that case. permit the placement of an accessory structure in the front yard, and permit a second residential dwelling unit with an accessory structure, subject to specific parameters. The property is located as 313327 Highway 6 and legally identified as Part Lot 28, Concession 1, EGR, Plan 16R7280, Part 2 in the geographic township of Glenelg. The property does currently contain a single detached dwelling unit and 2 accessory structures. A private well and 2 septic systems currently exist on the subject lands, and a single access to the property is provided from Highway 6. The property is physically located on the east side of Highway 6, south of the town of Durham. At this point in time, comments have not been received from commenting agencies. They were requested on April 25th. At this point in time, those comments, as they are received, will be provided to council prior to the first, second, and third reading of the bylaw. Planning staff have received no comments with respect to the application in support or against from any members of the public at this time. I'm happy to clarify further as you see fit. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Planner Spencer. Members of council, are there any questions at this time? Questions of clarity? Seeing none, I will now call the vote then. All those in favor of the motion indicate with a raised hand. I also, 6 members of council have voted in favor. I note that Councillor Hergert is here. 6 members have voted. The motion has carried. 4.3 written comments received just on this item. And just further to what you've just presented, is there anything further, Planner Spencer?
Not at this time. Thank you, through you, Madam Mayor.
Okay, and that's 4.3 written comments received, 4.3.1 Plan Wells Associates. Over to you, Clerk Scharbeck. Have you received any correspondence?
Through Mayor, no, I haven't received anything that the planner hasn't already addressed. Thank you.
Thank you. 4.4 verbal comments, 4.4.1 council members. Members of council, is there any comment at this time? Councillor Hutchinson.
Yeah, I don't know whether the planner for this applicant is going to speak or not, but I was just impressed with their planning and their the document that they presented to us. The pictures are great, so it's an easy read and lots of information there. So kudos to the planner for this applicant. Thank you.
Thank you for the comment. Anything further, members of council? Seeing none. 4.4.2 public members. Corporate and Community Initiatives Officer Hewlett, could you please assist in helping me determine if there's anyone, including the agent or applicant, that wishes to speak at this time?
Through you, any members of the public wishing to participate in this portion of the meeting may do so in a variety of ways. The first being, if you have joined us via phone line, you can press *9 to raise your hand, and that will let us know you would like to speak. Alternatively, if your hand has been raised in error, you can press *9 again to lower your hand. The second option, for members of the public who have joined us using the Zoom meeting platform, you can either send a chat message to myself, Cody Hewlett, either stating that you would like to speak or what you would like read into the record on your behalf, or you can raise your hand, typically located in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, with either a blue or yellow hand icon, typically under the More Options section. Through you, Mayor Robinson, I am seeing an individual on camera by the name Miriam who would like to speak.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Miriam. Please go ahead. Oh, Miriam, I've just asked if you could open your mic. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Miriam Vasny. I'm with Plan Wells, and we are the planning firm representing Jennifer and Craig Matta on this application. I did send in a short PowerPoint presentation. I don't know how this works at your end, whether it will go on a screen or do you have it on your computers or?
Clerk Scharbeck, do we have the information to share at this time?
We do, Mayor Robinson. Just give us one moment to bring that presentation up. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
It's actually just a very short presentation incorporating the photos that were in my planning opinion. If
That's
there's-
great. We're looking forward to it.
Okay.
Just one moment in terms of getting it uploaded, and thank you very much for preparing it.
Okay, good. So this is just a brief review of what was described in the planning opinion. So the subject property is an approximate 19.5 hectare property on the east side of Highway 6. There is an existing transport terminal and also a cluster of 3 buildings within that hatched circle. So there's a detached dwelling, a detached garage, and a implement storage shed. Next slide, please. So this is an aerial view. So as you can see, the transport terminals there, the individual driveway off of Highway 6 leads to both the transport terminal and the cluster of dwelling unit and detached accessory structures that are well hidden from Highway 6, as you can tell that it's surrounded by trees. Next slide, please. So this identifies the cluster of buildings with the existing residence on the left-hand side and the 2 accessory structures on the right-hand side. Next slide, please. So the proposed new accessory structure is approximately 13 to 15 meters in front of the existing residence. It will be on the flat surface there. No trees will be taken down. There is plenty of room for the new building, and there's an attached garage within that structure, and also there's ample extra parking should it be required on the driveway, or it would be in front of the new building. Next slide, please. So this is an artist rendering of the proposed structure. So as you can, it will contain 1 bedroom, kitchen, 1 bathroom, living room, and the attached garage and a rear amenity area. And that is the quick presentation.
Thank you very much. And I can tell you that the slides were contained in the agenda, so I do appreciate that. Corporate and Community Initiative Officer, is there anyone else under item 4.4.2, public members that wishes to speak to this item?
Through you, I am not seeing any other individuals wishing to speak at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. We're now on to 4.5, next steps. Over to you, Clerk Charbonneau.
Through you, Mayor. The next steps will be to bring forward a zoning amending bylaw for council's consideration at the next regular council meeting. If the bylaw is passed, then there will be a 20-day appeal period. If no appeals are received, the applicants will be notified they may pursue their building permit.
Thank you very much, Clerk Sharbuck. On to item number 5, closed public meeting. Clerk Sharbuck, to you for the recommendation.
Your Mayor, the recommendation is that council hereby closes the public meeting at 9:17 a.m.
Is there a mover for this motion? Councillor Hutchinson, is there a seconder for this motion? Deputy Mayor? All those in favor indicate with a raised hand. 6 members of council have voted in favor of the motion. The motion is carried. Thank you very much. This meeting is over. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.